Yes, 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 yes. Okay, now we're on YouTube and we're on Facebook. Oh, great. Well, I just want more people to know about this new service I have, which is lesko.com/talk. You know, if you go there, you'll see great reviews. I just started doing these things, about a week or two ago, and they're really starting to come in, and it just. Oh, it does my heart good. Yeah. It's wonderful to get nice feedback. That's why I love doing home shopping when I was down there. Man, the counter is right there, and you see how many people are online, and I say something, and then you see how many more people get online. Man, it was like being on Broadway, you get that instant applause, and everything happens right away, And that's what this new service is, Talk, in about 15, 20, 30 minutes or so, I'm able to just give people everything they need to get going on some new mission or project or problem they have to solve, and that's powerful stuff for me. That's why I'm never going to retire. I feel like I know so much stuff where people can get help that they really need, and it just goes to waste if nobody's using it. And I do big reports, customized reports, to send you 500 sources on any problem, because that's how big the world is. You can get that, and it is there, so I don't want you to run. It's sort of like you're looking for a date. I don't want to send just one or two people to you in case you don't match up, right? So you need a lot of people. But now on the phone, you don't even have to read those reports, and it's cheap as hell what I'm doing it for, because I'm learning too. I have to learn what your problems are so I can fix an answer to them. That's the whole thing in life, is the answers are easy. It's what? The questions, right? That's the important thing. So, in 15, 20 minutes, what I do, you explain the problem with you, and I give you a fair evaluation. In the last 3 years, I have video interviews of about 700 people around the globe, actually, that have used free sources of money and help to change their life, do something new, or get out of financial trouble or whatever. So that's why I have all this knowledge that I want to share with everybody. And I want you to know that these things are out there. They don't cost $1 zillion to do anything. And just give a few dollars for me to make me feel wanted. or whatever, and that's it. And then right out over the phone, I'm able to give you a handful of real sources. You can start right after we hang up on each other and start contacting, go to the websites or whatever, to do those things, and get it right there, because I research every day. See, what I do research reports, for customers, and it's on housing, it's on starting businesses or nonprofit organizations, or just paying bills and all the expenses that we have, and half of us can't make it in life. You realize over 60% of the people now don't even have an extra $400, if there's some kind of emergency that I have to spend, right? Everybody's living real tight to the bone, and that's what's going on in our country. It's a whole new world, that's how we can't try to bring the 50s or 60s back. They're gone. We got to live in this new society, and there's new ways to work with those problems, and that's what I do. With these 700 interviews, I learn all the new stuff that's out there. How to use crowdfunding, or how to use the sharing economy and peer-to-peer, and all these new ways to make money. And then what I do, see, after the phone call, then I send you the links to all this stuff. I send you the sources. To me, that's so much easier than me spending. I spend a day, 2 days, 3 days sometimes on research reports for clients, digging up new stuff and everything. And this way, in 15 to 30 minutes, man, I just unload and give you the best stuff I have. Don't forget, I've written over 100 books on this stuff. And millions of people that I've helped over the years, and now I'm studying all the new stuff that's out there too, and the government is going away. That's still there, and a wonderful, important thing. And the problem is I can't do books anymore because it's all local. It's not national. I used to do one big book for the whole country. They were big, but now it'd be a gazillion times bigger, because the stuff is happening locally. So that's what I do, is I show you locally where all that stuff is. And like I say, if you just go to lesko.com/talk and just see the review, man, this is I never got reviews like that. I mean, I used to get them from the New York Times and stuff like that, And these were not real people. The false media or whatever Trump calls these people. But now, and talking on the phone, I feel it. I could feel what you're trying to do, and I don't know, the instinct I have is really, to understand behind even what you're going to say, because I've been doing this so long. I really feel it, and I have a heart for this, that I'm trying to solve as many problems as possible. Like I just talked to a woman, I just hung up like about 15 minutes ago. And we talked about 20 minutes or so, something like that, and I was able to she just got out of school as a yucky job, a part-time job. Somebody wants me to sign in damn iTunes. I gotta get rid of that. She has a yucky part-time job. Doesn't do it. She even live with her folks or whatever. Man, and I'm able to show her. Okay, she wants a house. I'll show you where. Where she lives, money programs to buy a house. Actually, there's even, and she said, well, she has a lot of student debt. There are programs now, for you to buy a house, and you have to have at least $25,000 worth of student debt to get money to buy a house. Now, how do you like that? That's right. We don't know the questions to ask. And that's the thing. That's right. Who would ever think of it? Well, where do you have money for me to buy a house if I'm in debt that I can't pay back? Now I want, a couple $100,000 to get more debt. Oh, you have, oh, you can't get this money unless you have debt. It's just crazy. That's right. The world is just too nuts to understand. I'm just trying to show people what the hell reality is. And so, so I show her all that, and then she needs a better job. She didn't even finish college. So I show her you can get trained in a couple of months on jobs that are really hiring. See, the government keeps all this data. What's hiring? We read articles or see stuff on the newspaper or whatever, and have little indications of maybe, this is an interesting job or what. No, you need the real data. No, they're spending millions of dollars collecting data and finding out companies what they really need people for. And then what they have, they give grants to train people so this company in their neighborhood could get trained people. That's what the government does. They give money to the business so they could give money to you to get trained so they can hire you. Wow! There's just money flowing all over. But you go to a career counselor or a headhunter or something like that, they're not going to know about any of that stuff. You know why? Because they don't make any money off of it. All that stuff is free. So that's why we don't know about that stuff, because you can't find it in Google. The stuff you find in Google is the stuff that wants to get money from you. And they learn how to use Google so they can get the money from you, right? And we're all too chicken to know otherwise, right? So that's it. So I sent her the place, whatever. And then I said, well, what about, I said, well, you can make extra cash from things like, delivery stuff. Man, that's where I have friends, relatives, or whatever make an extra $50, $100 just on a whim. Because they get the app, it's all free, all these things, the gig economy, it costs no money to do, and it's very flexible. I mean, you can go work for an hour, a half hour, and then come back if you want or not want. Go come back for a month, and make money when you really need it. And if you don't have a car, man, they have deals because they know that you can make so much money that they'll even help you buy a car when you don't have a car. So I showed her all about. And then also got job training, right where you live. I told you about this, 211. You put 211 in Google right now, 211.org. Remember, all the things you want to do is just .org, .com, .org or .gov, and put job training. You could call 211 right now. Hey, I'm looking for job training programs in whatever city you are in. And that 211 will tell you about where they are. And because they're not the stuff you're going to find on Google, not the stuff you're going to see advertisements for on the buses and stuff like that. You need a better job, you come to Career Academy and we'll make you president or whatever the hell it is. No, the president had that what was it, real estate school that he has to pay $50 million back to people who went. But that's right. These are non-profit organization and government programs, so you're not going to see advertisement for them. So that's 211. All right, she has student loan debt. What the hell am I going to do with that? Well, now I told her the phone number. Right there. It's really a government phone number. You want to call it Department of Education. They're the people, because people are calling you, or emailing you. Oh, I'll solve your student debt problems. Nonsense. They're going to solve your student debt problems with the same thing that the government has, but they're going to get $300 or more from you to do it. Now that's crazy. You don't have to do that. You go right to the horse's mouth to do that. So all the student loan stuff. And again, if you put student loan in, make sure it's .gov. That's where you want help from, is .gov. So there's a lot of student loan forgiveness, plans for all that. So that's what I did, give her all that stuff, that she could go on to find out how to make money in the gig economy. 140 organizations, that are things online for you to make money with, but they don't advertise, so we don't know it's there. Nobody knows it's there. So that's what I mean. I just think it's the easiest way, for me and you to get this knowledge and take off to what you want to do. I mean, remember, in a few minutes, we could talk, I understand your problem, give you some ideas, new ways to solve that. I mean, I was talking to somebody Saturday how he could hook up with a nonprofit organization for his business so he could get free $10,000 a month of advertising money, free. And so there's always more than one way to skin a cat or whatever they say that phrase is, to solve a problem. Oh, that question mark doesn't show, does it? Oh, now this is a silly thing. And that's what I'm sort of good at, finding other ways to solve problems. I'll be happy to help you. And that's lesko.com/talk. Talk as little you want. You want to just call for a minute and tell me to go to hell? That's fine. Better people have said that. Or you want to talk longer, as long as you want. But I'll definitely get sources to you, places to start, so you can take off and running just in a few minutes. Don't have to go researching. You don't have to go talking to people. You don't have to read even my book reports I sent out. Well, maybe you want to do that later, but at least to get started. Let me kick you down the street and get going, okay? We all have lives to lead, right? And we all want to lead them as hard as we can. That's what I feel as I get old. Man, I just want to live harder than ever. I don't want to sit in the beach. That sounds like a stupid life. If you hate your job, then it's a great life. But if you love what you're doing, that's a stupid life. So I just want to find more people that love what the hell they're doing, and I think I could kick you down the road with some free money and help to do that. So give it a shot, or at least look at the reviews. I mean, they're really cool to me, but I'm biased, of course. Don't trust a salesman. I'm certainly biased. But if it works, if it makes sense to you, it's lesko.com/talk, T-A-L-K, talk. Okay, well, I'll talk to you later. What the hell would we do without the internet nowadays, huh? You wouldn't have to stay up in the middle of the night like this, huh? But boy, it's a powerful tool. That's why I think that it should be like roads. I mean, we should all have access to them, to do commerce and things like that, And that's why it's silly that we have to pay so much, or people don't have it at all, like in rural areas. This is why I think they're suffering, because they don't have the internet, the high-speed access, what you need, to learn and do all these things. I was reading about a little village in China, and they were up in the mountains, and everybody in China is like leaving for the cities to go get the good jobs, and so they're away for months at a time and come back to their families for a little bit and then go work for months and stuff. And this village up in the mountains didn't want to do that, to split up the families like that. So they made sure they got Wi-Fi and high-speed internet, and they all just created businesses on the internet up in the mountains in the middle of nowhere in China. It was a story I heard on the BBC, a little while back. Oh, we got some people hanging in coming up too. But what I want to do is share with you the kinds of stuff I've been running into recently. And I have been running into a lot of stuff. I think it's 201, but I'm not sure. What is 299? 299 is actually one of my research reports that I'm doing. And this is where I'm finding all this stuff. I'm doing research for people, custom research. And it just teaches me so much. And that's why I wanted to come like this. Like for 3 days, I haven't talked to you guys at all. I think it was like Thursday right? Yeah, I think it was Thursday the last time. And so I've been piling away because I got so many of these things to do, and it's fun. I learned so much to do it. And I'm working on a 299, and that's the report I do where I show you 299 free sources where you live. Right where you live. Yeah, that's why I can't do books anymore for everybody else or give you a huge databases. I think that's not as good anymore. I gotta really show you the shopping list of just where you live. These are the programs to buy a house. These are the programs that to start a business. These are the programs that for you to pay expenses or anything. And so that's what I'm doing, and that's what Lesko Tutor is about. And then, but also I had some great conversations on Lesko Talk, lesko.com/talk. That's cheap as hell because you're teaching me. Teaching me what I know, and the people I talk to. I mean, it's just wonderful reviews. It's nice to be able to help, and that's why here now I want to help you guys. Hear what I find. Now I'm doing something in Missouri. Now I can't remember the last time I was in Missouri, or even if I was in Missouri. And for a town of Missouri, and I ran into so many things for people with disabilities. So that's what I'm thinking now. Gosh, if you know somebody with a disability, and I've talked to people, people have been in military, and I talked to a lot of people with disabilities because there are a lot on the internet. That's where their salvation is, trying to find it. So now I think, okay, if you have a disability or you know somebody that has a disability, I'm going to show you about some stuff I found in Missouri, and it doesn't mean that they're not only in Missouri, but they're everywhere. See, what's in Missouri most likely is the same kind of thing in any state or any city or whatever. So what would be nice for you to do is for your person with a disability is collect those for them, because maybe they're just not as resourceful as you are. If you're up this time of night looking at something, you're a resourceful person, aren't you? And you could find these things for, after I talk about them. Now here's like people to fix up your house if you have a disability. This is the main thing. Most people with disabilities, they can't get around because it's not built for people with disabilities. So they're gonna have it fixed. Okay. Now there's programs to fix the money to fix up your house to make it livable for people with disabilities, and this also includes aging people, things like that. And one of the people, this is a nonprofit organization that's everywhere in the country. It's called Rebuilding Together. Rebuilding Together. Okay, if you just Google that and put in your state or whatever along with that, and remember, it's .org. You're not looking, you don't want to deal with anybody with .coms, okay? That's the one thing that you get out of me and take home tonight when you go to sleep is that, .coms aren't so good because they're going to charge me money. The .orgs and the .govs won't. So it's Rebuilding Together. And they come out and they fix things for free. That's what it's for. I mean, see, everybody thinks, we get involved in capitalism because it's cool and things like that, but there's another part of life, people helping each other. And that's what this is. So they need it. You don't have enough money to do it. Okay, and then also another one that does that is Habitat for Humanity. And that's a thing too. So you look for Habitat for Humanity and your state or city or whatever it is, and see what it costs. Sometimes they just charge you for the materials, and whatever. Rebuilding Together does it all for free. They get volunteers and everything, and so they have this big party, and they come out and have beer with you and fix up your house. Isn't that great? It's like the old raising the barns I used to read about out in Iowa, where everybody get together and raise each other's barns. Yeah, now we've been such a transactional society. I'm not doing anything for you unless you give me money. But we forgot about the heart, man. The heart, boom, 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 boom. That's the thing that we have to satisfy too. Not only the wallet, we got to satisfy the heart. See, and that's what doing things like that is all about. Is satisfying the heart. So that's rebuilding together, and then Habitat for Humanity. Now, also there's an interesting, what Missouri has is low interest loans to make your home more handicap accessible. Okay, these are low interest loans. These are also loans that are very forgiving, not forgivable, but they're kinder, gentle loans. Then you're going to get at a bank, and they have them at a .gov, and you put at.mo.gov. and then at.mo.gov, and you'll see all this stuff that Missouri has. Now, what your job is, to your friend with the disability, is to find, okay, I see they have this. So it says handicap stuff, okay, and it's called Show Me Loans. Yeah, they're the Show Me state. I don't know if you remember that. But they have something called Assistive Technology, Missouri Assistive Technology. This is a service for people with disabilities to get technology to make their life better. They need some kind of vehicle to get around the house. They need a talking computer. They need whatever it is. Devices. We have new technologies that solves a lot of problems for people with disabilities. Well, this is a service, actually, that's in every state that gets this technology, and they have it available, and they have a lending library for people with disabilities to borrow it. Man, and they also have loans, and even grants in some of the states for them to buy it. Yeah. Okay. And actually, they have one here too. Is just to make it easier to work from home. That's right. If you have a disability, you probably have to work from home. It's harder to get the workforce and workplace and things like that. and so that to make your home better to work in. Wow, because if you're earning money, then the government doesn't have to worry about it you much, right? So that's why they have programs there. You have a disability, well, they want to help you make money at home. And that's that's part of the Show Me loans. Now here's another one. To make your vehicle handicapped accessible. That's right. To make your vehicle handicap accessible. Okay, that's up to $20,000. So that's available too. Now that's Michigan. Missouri, one of those M states, right? Missouri. So what you have to do now is go find the other one. Okay. See, when you do, people who don't have a disability, I think it's important that you start collecting these. You want to give a gift to somebody, don't buy them a bag of chocolates or whatever it is. Man, just think if you put together a listing of all these sources, that they could go to for help, and extra money or services that are available. And now on that same website, you could see 70, that's right, 70 places for people with disabilities to get help and money to help live a more fuller life. 70. And some of it's only Missouri, but some of it's nationally. They have all kinds of things here. They have vehicle loans, I told you about that. Oh, here's one. The manual and power wheelchairs and walkers and scooters and augmentative communication devices, hospital beds, all the hearing aids for adults who are not covered now under Missouri. So that's money to get those kinds of equipments here. And there's 70 programs on that. This is all this stuff. I printed it out. I don't have to, you don't want to listen to everyone. Whatever. Okay, vocational rehabilitation. A lot of people that have disabilities are are aware of the vocational rehabilitation people. But now it's other things. Like there's a Missouri Rehabilitation Services for the Blind. Okay, so you have a friend that's blind in your state. Find the office that helps people that are blind. Rural development. Look at repair home loans and grants for people who need home access modifications. And they live in small towns. Yeah, that's amazing. Somebody asked me just what the site is. I'll do it later. I mean, I'll put it up on there, but it's really at.mo.gov. at.mo.gov. And that's assistive technology. That's what the AT stands for. I mean, here, Community Action Agency. There's another wonderful, anybody who has any kind of real income problems at all, things like that. I mean, people, you know, they have all kinds of financial issues or something. Where do you go? The problem is there's 100 places to turn. You know, because there are all little programs all over in every city and county and state, and you know, there are many of them. But one agency that is a good place to start with is your Community Action Agency. So that's why this should be on the list of somebody with a disability, because they handle all those things too, and they know a lot about what other programs are available. Here, Centers for Independent Living. Okay, yeah. Missouri has 22 centers for independent living. Many of these centers have grants that can provide limited funding for home modifications, as well as for assistive technology. This is how can technology, whether it's a bionic arm or whatever the technology is, to make your life better because you have a disability. See, this is what this assistive technology office is, and it's in every state. Remember that. Okay, here, Missouri Agribility Project. This is amazing. They have a project that's created to assist people with disabilities to be employed in agriculture. Right. I don't know, maybe you could drive a tractor or something, even though you can't walk. You know? I don't understand, but that's the kind of stuff that's out there. That's why, to me, what I see, when I read these kinds of things or whatever, and it's not that I'm going to use them or whatever, and that's what I hope it does for you. Not that, oh man, you know, I don't have legs, so I have legs, so I don't need that. No. What you have to do when you hear something like that, God, they have something like that. Maybe there's something out there for something else that I never even thought of. That's, I mean, it's the problem is to realize that there's so much out there, and it's up to you to go and look for it. You know, you don't even have to know it's there. You don't have to, but you have to believe it may be there. So you stay there. So if I show you some crazy thing that's there you never thought about, maybe the crazy thing that you have in mind, you should go look for. United Cerebral Palsy. This is a national number. These are national organizations that help people with disabilities. That's what's so neat in our country. We're organized so much. You know, you get 10 people together studying something, and they're going to start an association, and then they'll become a clearinghouse for experts. It's sort of like me, you know, on research. I've been doing this research. If you're new to Google and don't know, then you know it's going to take you a long time. But you can, off the top of my head, I could give you the 5 things I already found about. That's why I do this Lesko.com talk. And this is what I share with, because I know no matter what your problem is, in a few minutes I can give you 4 or 5 sources that not only solve the problem, but crazy ways to solve the problem, not just traditional ways. Yeah, and how to make connections with other kind of organizations that could solve that problem. Multiple Sclerosis Society, United Spinal Association, spinal cord, something called the Travis Roy Foundation. This is for spinal cord injury. Melvin Weinstein Parkinson's Foundation. What they have money and grants to purchase medical equipment and health supplies for Parkinson's persons, okay, to help with the maintenance of safe and healthy living environments. See, who would have thought that? You know, okay, Computers for the Blind. Okay, this is where the blind can get free computers. There are 2 or 3 groups that do that. Here, service organizations. The National Disability Organizations have small grants programs for equipment and loan programs for people with disabilities. The Governor's Council on Disabilities publishes a directory of all these resources, you know, that are available to Missouri. See, who would have thought to go to the governor's office to find a resource directory, you know, for disabilities? See, that's another thing what I found in finding information. You go to the top. Like, you want something in Washington, you don't know where the hell it is. You call the White House. Not that Donald Trump's going to know. He's still looking for the bathrooms, I'm sure. It takes 2 years to find out where they are. But the bureaucrat answering that phone has answered your question 1,000 times already and knows where to send you.
Children here, $500 for children, for them to have stuff. There's a bunch of children's. The First Hand Foundation. Grants provide funding for treatment, medical equipment, assistive technology devices, vehicle modifications. And this is the First Hand Foundation. Caring program for children. This program helps children with state, federal, and local and private insurances don't cover it. So when they don't cover it, da-da-da, it's this organization that comes in. Caring for the Children, it's called. I mean, it goes on. Okay, here it goes on. And on Mo Better, that's for Missouri. Refurbish computers, that's right. Repurpose computers. This program obtains donations of computers from corporate and other stores and refurbishes them if they're needed. The computers are then provided to persons with disabilities. Wow, see, how'd you know that? And now, really, for most of us, what we do on the computer, we don't need a fancy win-back thing. We just got to get it on the internet, that's it. And it's as fast as your modem or as your Wi-Fi service. Hearing aid, loaner bank. Wow. The Gift of Sound, Here Now, Travelers Protective Association. Vision resources. I mean, God, just go to radio reader services. Hope Builder. So this is a great program I put in the report that I sent out. Hope Builder. This agency assists elderly individuals with disability for minor repairs and access. So this is free. They come out. There's a government program that comes out and fix up your house for free. So call in your state where your friend with disability is and start fishing around. Hey, where's something free because they need something fixed at the home. They have another one like that called HERO Program. It's a home repair opportunity, whatever. Now here's, here, this is interesting too, I found it here. They have grants to nonprofits and for-profits to develop and upgrade housing for low and moderate income families. So that's why you will be in the real estate business, okay? So actually your community development center, and this is really for Independence, Missouri, everyone has, the block grants that are in their community, and that's what it's more. See, if you want to be a real estate investor, you could get money, grants, to build the homes and then rent them out to people. That's what they're. Here, this is another interesting one. $600 for crime prevention improvements. Crime prevention improvement, $600. I guess you need alarm systems and stuff like that. That's right. Who would have known to ask for things like that? And then a whole bunch of things. Here, how to buy a city lot for $1. Actually, this is a Chicago program I came across, and it touched my heart because that was one of the first programs. See, I've been talking about this since the early. My first book that came out in 1981 was called Getting Yours, and when I went on the Today Show, I remember talking about it. I was talking about the houses for $1. So this is 1981. What's it, 35 years ago or whatever the hell it is, and they still have the program. That's what I mean. Very little changes in all this stuff. That's why now people say, oh, the whole government's going away. Donald Trump's going to, make everything disappear. Man, they're still having Chicago's houses for $1. And I'm sure there's similar programs in most every other area of the country. And I used to get so excited. And you know what they're called? They're called Urban Homesteading Act. See, now if you're looking through government programs and realize this is how I got in this business, I'd read about these government programs and urban homesteading. Oh yeah, I'm not a cowboy. I remember homesteading, from the old cowboy movies or whatever. That's the only thing I knew about it. And I read the fine print. Oh my gosh, they're giving away houses for $1. They just want to get them off the government stuff, and they give you money to fix it up and things like that. So they give you the house for $1. Wow, now that's cool. But see, the government calls it Urban Homesteading Act. So your eyes are gonna glaze right over that. So that's what I feel I'm all about. Is that? Let's see. Some questions. Really like their suits. Where they go? Actually, I get them made in Vietnam now. Cheap as hell. Just send the measurements or whatever. And it's so funny. When I first got it, I didn't know. I bought it from a place in Sweden, but they were made in Vietnam. The box came from Vietnam, and it was Boy, Ho Chi Minh City, back in the 60s, 70s, these people were trying to kill me when I was in Vietnam. And now they're making my suits. What a world this is, isn't it? Okay, actually what I want to talk about too is Tennessee. I mean, I think this is important. Tennessee now has a program for free community college for adults. They had it for people just getting out of high school, but now it's for adults. You can go 2 years for free. Wow. Wow. See, that's going to be popping up now. We're just paying too much for this higher education nonsense. New York City's trying to get 4 years for free. New York State. And they're having it now too, and they look like they're going to pass it, and it's actually for incomes up to like $100,000 a year. You go to school for free. This is free for everybody. I don't think there's an income requirement, and it looks like it's going to pass. Wow, and so that's it. Well, the important thing too about this, I think, and this is in Tennessee. So you want to move to Tennessee? I think you have to be there a year before you can get that. But also, when you're going out looking for training or education, man, stay away from for-profit universities. This is the world of Phoenix and all these for-profit schools. You don't want .com, and a lot of them hide as .eud, but don't. They're just too expensive for what you get, and there's too many studies out that show what you get is crap anyway, so why even bother? And the community college is the best education deal. And it's not only for degrees. I think what you got to look there to is contact your local community college and ask them what kind of certificate programs there are. Because no matter what you are, I mean, don't forget, also if you're 60 or more, and I'm in my 70s now, 74 just a couple days ago, if you guys remember, you were so nice and sending me all these notes. That really did my heart good when you guys just said some wonderful, sweet things that was nice. Anyway, or 60 or more, you go for free. At a lot of these universities, they're public schools, community colleges, 4-year colleges or whatever, because you're old. And 60, you could live for 30 more years easily. So get a degree, get a certificate. See, this is a place like just for a couple months or a year, you get training in Homeland Security or being an sleep apnea expert. We're hurting for sleep apnea technicians. So for a few months, you get that certificate or whatever it is for next to nothing, and maybe they'll even pay it for nothing because a lot of companies will pay the college for the training, so they have people to hire. They need the people. There are a lot of jobs going unfilled because they don't have the skills. So contact your local community college, ask them about certificate programs, what certificate programs they have, and make sure you go and talk to somebody there to see the demand for that. That's what you want to know. Are people being hired? And then talk to somebody in the industry to make sure, like a company that hires people like that, talk to them ahead of time to see if they're, they're doing, like in the healthcare profession, they still need that, people all over. So there are a lot of jobs that go on begging. So you're looking for something to do or something new to do too. This is the way to do it. Don't get caught into something that's going to charge you $50,000 and who the hell knows what you have. And you're just in debt. More. That's what you get out of that more. And let me know if I can help. I do the custom research on housing, on paying bills and expenses, and on starting a business. And that's at Lesko tutor.com. And you want to talk, I'll give you off the top of my head the best ideas and the sources of money and help to do anything you want or solve any problems. And that's at lesko.com/talk. Can we talk? Well, thanks for staying up so late now. No, I'll do stuff, boy. I don't know if I'm going to go to sleep. I'm an old guy. This is late for me. But not anymore. There's just too much neat, cool stuff to do in life. And that's the important part of that. So we ought to just keep contributing, and give as much as you can. That's the fun part of life. Take care, Jeff.
Okay, let's talk crowdfunding. Actually, this is another source I want to make sure that you have enough information about just to at least get yourself in trouble. Because what I see that's happening in the country now is, if you can't afford something, I mean, there's just a couple of ways to do it. Is find a government program, a nonprofit organization, to fund that. And now here's another way that I even think is better than government and nonprofits. And it looks like it's going to even be greater than ever. It's growing exponentially every year. And it's also solving more problems every year. Actually, already, one crowdfunding site, of course, the biggest one is called Kickstarter. They give out more money to artists than the National Endowment in the Arts. So if you're looking for free money as an artist, man, you used to have to go to the National Endowment of the Arts, which is a government program, but not now. And so that's why it's so important. And I want to make sure that you're aware of this, because this is what's going to help more people do more things in life and not go through the bureaucracies of government or if it's a good business to go through venture capitalists and some fat cat, with a cigar. This is the people. Okay. Now, another thing interesting about crowdfunding, the applications are simple. You don't have to fill out a big, 80,000 page application, or anything like that. There's no background checks, no credit checks, anything like this that happen. You need zero skills and knowledge. And you say, well, I'm not good with the computer. Man, I'll show you here videos of people who raised, $20, $30, $40, $50,000 or more and didn't even know how to spell crowdfunding. So that's what's going on. And the most important thing about it is it costs zero. So that's why you have nothing to lose by trying one of these things, because it costs zero. And then so it doesn't succeed for you. So what? What else? You're going to knock on 5 bank doors? That's not going to succeed for you either. But this is a bigger hope, to do that. And it's learning. It's learning that for the next time. And that's the important thing. And you get the money within 30 days. So it's not like, you got to wait 6 months and all this kind of stuff. It's instant feedback, too. That's what's neat about it. And actually, what's neat about it, it's the only place where you can get more money than you ask for. That's right. Where else can you do that? You can't walk into a bank and say, I'd like $5,000 for this medical procedure. Say, well, hey, let's give you 15 instead, just in case. No, that's what happens in crowdfunding. And you don't have to pay any of the money back. That's the important thing. This is all donation kind of stuff for people who think you have a good idea. And so it's the best thing in life about it is, as I said before, it doesn't cost any money. So go through this section a little carefully. What I have here is a listing of the major crowdfunding sites, because there's like 1,000 of them or something like that really would be suitable, I think more suitable. The 2-3 big ones are GoFundMe and Kickstarter. I don't think Kickstarter does anything like this, and Indiegogo. And Indiegogo has one for problems like this called generosity.com. And Give Forward, You Caring, Wish, My Cause, Your Care, and Go Fund. All those. And so look at them. And here I put in some videos here in the report. You could click on, and there are videos on YouTube. You could look at people who I've interviewed who've used this. I mean, people from all walks of life. I mean, here's a wonderful woman who helped a friend of hers, she did it for the friend whose husband lost their job because of cancer, his job because of cancer and everything. So she goes on the internet and raises $50,000. Okay, dad can't work anymore because he needs a transplant. So mom goes on the internet and raises $40,000 through crowdfunding. Wow. See, that's the kind of power we have. And we all can be heroes, too, because we go out and solve other people's problems, for free. It just takes effort. Here's a woman who raised $100,000, for a child, a friend of hers, child, you know what I mean, who had a health problem, and she raised. Here's another wonderful story. You see this young woman here, who best friend from
kindergarten, grade school, died, and she's only in college. And her parents had all these medical bills. They're killing them, and she goes out and raises on the internet $50,000 for her parents to cope with those extra medical bills. I mean, that's incredible. Here's a guy and his mom. He just got his degree, I think, like in pharmacology or a scientist or whatever, and he had this strange illness or whatever. He was able to raise $175,000. I mean, that's phenomenal. I mean, there's no strings attached, no nothing. Or here's one of my best stories ever, I think. Look at this woman. Now, she was driving down the highway, and there's a big accident in front of her, and this guy flew out of the car. His car was hit and everything. She goes over. He's very badly hurt and everything. She's waiting for the ambulance and holding this guy in her arms. And notices his hand is gone from the accident. It's across the field. The ambulance comes, take it. He survives. She goes on the internet, raises like $75,000 for him to get a bionic hand. Wow. See how the power that gives us. I mean, now you could be Superman in somebody else's life, or Superwoman, Super Kid. That's true, even Super Kid. I have a thing here, that a 7-year-old who went out and raised, like, here it is, a 7-year-old raised $60,000 on the internet for his buddy to get an operation. His best friend at 7 years old, needed an operation. See, that's what we can do now, and that's the possibility. Sure, it's not guaranteed. Nothing is guaranteed. What the hell? But if you don't try, nothing is going to happen. So that's right, man. So look at these. I have some samples of websites on crowdfunding. A link there. You see the sample ones. See a lot of dental care. People go need better smile. Somebody been abused and needed thousands of dollars of dental work. This guy needed $1,000 to go see grandma before she died. Here, $10,000 for a wedding. See, for personal things like that. Avoid going helpless. Here's what here. $200 and $300 for Mindy, who got knocked up. Her pregnancy fund. So it's some of this is crazy. But it's interesting, and it's a wonderful source of information. It's going to be more and more, because now you don't have to go to a bureaucrat, you don't have to go to a gatekeeper. You go on for dog surgery, $9,000 for dog surgery to do that. So I have samples for you to look at, and I also have videos here of people who run some of these sites. So you can see here a video of the people from GiveForward.com. I also have another site. It's not going down for me. Causewish and You Caring going down. So look at that as something to learn. If you don't know how to use crowdfunding now, you probably will soon. So the sooner you start using this, the better, because it's a terrific tool in our society. Okay, one little more bonus. Okay, one more little bonus chapter I put in here for. And it's really 20 sources that cost you nothing to raise some extra money. I don't know if you listened to the one on crowdfunding before this video, but what's happening on the internet, I think, is even more exciting than government grants and money from nonprofit organizations that you don't have to give back, because this is also money or a way to earn money or get money for free that you don't have to pay back. They all cost you nothing to try. See, and that's the cool thing. None of these cost you money to try. And the platforms, stuff that's going on the cloud, you've probably heard of the cloud. Well, the cloud now is making so many things so much easier and cutting out middlemen and fat cats in the middle and helping the rest of us get together and solve each other's problems and make a few bucks at it too without any fat cat middlemen. And this is where the country's going. You've heard of Uber and all these kinds of things where they're billion-dollar companies is worth bigger than Fortune 500 companies, and they have hardly any employees because it's all online, and people are making money off of using that thing online. Now here's one. Okay, let's go through some of this I have here. How to make extra cash having people over for dinner. That's right. People come to your town, and there's now a platform. They're looking, instead of going out to a fancy restaurant or something, to meet local people and have dinner out there. So you're making money doing this and meeting people from all over the world and having fun. Now that's neat. Here, how to save 40% on your car repair bills. These are freelance people, automobile mechanics that will come to your house and do it for free for a fraction of what it costs. Or how about this? You have extra land. You could put it on this website, and people could use it for like parties or just camping out or things like that. Or here's extra cash with a camera phone. See, the companies want you to, oh God, I wonder what my display looks like, in downtown Cincinnati, and I need somebody to go out and take use their, iPhone or picture phone and take a camera and send it into me. So you make extra bucks. And see, all these things are flexible. It's not a 9-to-5 job or a 4-to-7 or you have to be there. Yeah, you just do it when you want to. That's what's so neat about this stuff. So here's real jobs, not scams. Do whenever, anywhere, if you like it, you full-time, part-time, one-time, anytime kind of jobs. And that's a clearinghouse. Hey, I need somebody to do this. Hey, there's something around. You say you're available, and you see if it pops up on your phone, and you say yes or no, and who cares? And if you have a car, man, there's dozens of things like this, like Uber, but delivering packages, so you don't have to deal with people. And all that is so flexible. That's the neatest thing. Hey, I want to make an extra $50 a day. You just turn on your phone, say, hey, yeah, there's something to do, so I'll go out and make it. I've had enough of this. I'm going home. I want to play golf. I want to have a look. And you do whatever. Okay, making $500 sitting on your butt for real jobs and flexible hours. Yeah, that's a real estate. You could be in the real estate business and not even have any real estate. That means you take other people's real estate that they aren't really using, put it on these websites to make money and split it with people. Or how to make 800,000 people are now making money, taking care of other people's pets, one time, two time, anytime. But it's all done online. You don't have to worry about getting paid. You don't have to worry about how good these people are or whatever. You don't have to worry about insurance. The internet, the platform, as they call it, takes care of all that. So you can learn how to do that. Get free Wi-Fi almost any place in the world here. Now only 20 cents, and you could sell a product on the internet. That's all you need. So you can have a store for 20 cents. Get paid for 8 bicycles with this a phone app if you have an extra bicycle. See, people do that when they go, I want a bike, I need a bike. And so if you're on the system there, I'll be over in 20 minutes, borrow your bike, and here's $50 or whatever. Here's a simple home business with little cost and part of the new economy. Extra income showing people about things you love to do. So you love to go in baseball game when people come into town, so you're available to take people to baseball games. Money to make on your commute. Dozens of it. You could ship for things anywhere. You could ship things anywhere in the world for free. Or how about a live or travel rent fee? A whole bunch of websites I give you there. Or a new career making money in your RV. That's right. Now there's places all around the country you can travel around the RV and pick up a job for a few days here, for a few days there, whatever. It's all they want you. Like Amazon's looking for there. They let you park your RV for free even and work for a few hours, a few days, or whatever. See, it's a flexible society, and it's all out there if you take advantage of. That's the neat thing about the platforms in our society and the internet, and making things easier and more flexible for the rest of us to live.